Hey, what's up guys? Thanks for stopping by the Everyday Watch channel. For this video, we're going to be checking out a new dive watch from the micro brand Traska, and this is their Seafarer, now in the third generation. I happen to have the steel blue model in the hand today, but they have different color options if you want to check it out on their website. And in terms of pricing, this watch comes in at 930 Canadian dollars. So I think you're getting a fair bit of watch in that sub $1,000 dive watch category. Now clearly there's some 50s or 60s vintage diver design with the dual crown, kind of like a compressor case for a dive watch. This watch is rated for 150 meters of water resistance, and it also has some vintage dimensions. It's a mid-sized diver with a 38 millimeter case diameter here. Flipping the watch to the side here, the lug-to-lug distance between my thumbs is a fairly squat 46 millimeters. I like that they use drilled lug holes as well, and you have nice dual crowns that are individually signed. Now in terms of height, it is only 11.5 millimeters thick from the bottom of that screwed down caseback, and then to the top of a boxed and double-domed sapphire crystal, which does have some anti-reflective treatment on the underside. Now between the lugs is an even 20 millimeters for the supplied bracelet. This is one of their classic bracelets that's utilized across multiple model families, but it's excellent. You can see you can kind of like collapse the links onto themselves with excellent articulation. And it also has a very good taper from 20 millimeters at the head of the watch down to about 16 millimeters when you hit the Traska signed clasp. And this is a nicely milled clasp that also has a quick adjustment system on the underside. So there's a twin trigger release. It even has that nice perlage finish on the scissor portion of the clasp. And then on the underside here, it does have a push button slider. So if I do push on the underside here, you can give yourself a few millimeters of extra room on the fly, which is really nice when you're wearing this watch throughout the day. And here's a quick in-studio wrist shot, just to give you a sense of how well this watch would wear on a 7.5-inch wrist size. That's 19 centimeters in circumference if you use the metric system. And it's very comfortable. The bracelet and watch head only weighs about 134 grams when sized for my wrist. But of course, because you have that 20 millimeter lug opening and drilled lug holes, it's easy to swap out the bracelet for different strap options if you'd like to try something new. Now before talking about some of the dial design, I do want to mention that just like all Traska watches, they actually have a super hard coating applied to the 3.16L case and bracelet, which is hardened to 1200 Vickers. And as you can see, this watch is fairly pristine. Even the clasp, which usually gets scuffed up, is in very good condition. So that's actually a nice feature to have to help make this watch a little bit more robust. So for the third generation of the Seafarer, Traska went with some nice 3D printing for the individual hour markers. There's a double index at the 12 o'clock, and then you have kind of a snail trail and lume plots on the non-cardinal hour indices that really draw your attention towards the center of a dial. And then you have really nice white contrasted hands and a seconds hand that reaches to the edge of the minute track here. And then you also have an inner rotating bezel that it's kind of like a rehaut. So it sits a little bit higher than the dial itself, but it's also operated through the 2 o'clock crown here, which is now screwed down compared to earlier generations of the Seafarer. So you're not accidentally going to knock the crown and then rotate that inner bezel. Now, if you do want to actually use this bezel as a countdown time or something, it's actually bi-directional and has smooth operation. And then you can get it to align anywhere you want. And then it is quite easy to screw back in to place. And then of course you have a 4 o'clock crown here for time setting, which you need to unscrew as well. And I should mention inside this watch is Miyota 9039, which is a good Japanese workhorse movement. Ticks away at 4 Hertz. You're getting a 42-hour power reserve, and it pivots on 24 joules. Because it is the 9039, there's no date wheel either, so you just have to pull out the crown once all the way, and then you can hack the balance and stop the seconds hand. That allows for setting very accurately to any reference time that you would like. Now, I really like this steel blue color. It's very muted, almost pastel-like, but you're still getting very good contrast with the white hour markers, the hands, and the inner rotating chapter ring that is there. Now, all of those markers and hands do have BGW9 Swiss Superluminova applied to them, and it actually glows quite well on the main portion of the dial. Unfortunately, the periphery of that rotating chapter ring or timing bezel isn't as intense as it is on the hands and the actual hour markers themselves. That said, I still found it very easy to get orientation even in the dark. And if we move away from the dial, the finishing on the bezel, the case, and bracelet is also fairly good. Mostly brushed, but you have a nice high polish just at the edge of the bezel here. And now the sides of the case are also done in high polish, which, to be honest, I'd probably just prefer to maintain a brushed feel throughout. But it does match the polishing that is done on the sides of the individual links. So that is my quick overview of this Traska Seafarer version 3.0. If I could offer some potential points for improvement, I would like to see them increase the intensity of the lume on the inner rotating bezel that is there. And I do know that they do harmonize the cases and the bracelets for many of their models, but I would really love to see them actually go a bit larger and make divers that are, say, like a 42mm case size. I think that would just suit my 7.5-inch wrist just a little bit better. But as always, guys, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments section of this video. What do you think about this Seafarer version 3.0, and would you consider picking one up? Now, if you do like this content, please do consider subscribing to the channel. It really does help me out. And as always, I can't wait to catch you guys in the next video.